Alright folks, well, we have been waiting for these parts to come in because like we said in an earlier video, we walked 8 miles to find a clock, an original one, a original mirror, which I believe we might have mentioned that you could have bought 165 mirrors, but not a 64. So, you know, we're talking to different Mopar people, and some people are a little more knowledgeable than others, but we found a guy, by just luck, in the Mopar magazine we got at Carlisle. There was an ad for Polara parts. The guy had one. Alright, he had one of all the stuff we could buy. So I called him, and I said, we need a clock, original one, I don't care if it works. I want the little wire on the back that jumps it so that we don't need to add any additional wiring. We wanted an original mirror. Now, according to this man, which is this man is Murray. His name is Murray, and he's in Ohio, so he sells Mopar parts. He said that the 64 has a 1-year only mirror. So we're going to get an opportunity for the first time to see what that mirror looks like tonight, because we don't even know. Nobody knows. We can't see in the brochures because if you saw an earlier video, you look at the photographs, the mirror is not in the picture. So we can't really know for sure what it's supposed to look like, but we're going to hope we're going to get lucky and that's what it's going to look like. We got a piece of trim for the hood, the elusive, expensive, ungodly, mysterious, hard to find piece of trim for the hood, which is in this tube behind me. We're going to be opening that, and we're also going to have the inner sill plates, which have been impossible to find, and we're hoping they're going to be good. So we're going to start by opening this box, because I believe in this box we are going to have a mirror, which he said works, and a clock. So the clock's going to be something interesting I'm going to do for the channel, because as you guys know, I am a watchmaker. So we're not going to have to send this clock out, because I fix clocks also. Do cuckoo clocks, do car clocks on occasion, depends on who it is. And so we are going to be able to go in the inside, and we're going to be able to fix that clock, because I'm going to open that clock up for you guys, and we're going to repair it. We're not going to send it out. It's usually like $300 to $400 to get a clock done. So we're going to find out. I'm curious to know how it ticks. If it doesn't tick, I know it's 12 volts. We're going to look inside that. We're going to get all inside of that thing. So that's going to be another additional video we're going to make, because we are going to put a clock back in Farrah. Well, son of a gun, that looks like a 65 mirror to me, huh? Because that sure does. How about that, Gail? Doesn't that look like the same exact mirror we saw down at Carlisle?
It does, yes.
Tons of them. Son of a gun. Well, I guess we were wrong. And maybe we're right. I don't know.
Let me see the back of it, Brian.
That looks like the same as all those 65s.
But it is a remote mirror.
It is. So maybe that is the right mirror for the car. I don't know. If you got a 64 and you got an original mirror and you are 100% positive of that, you need to send me a link to your YouTube channel, because we could have bought 100 of these things. We could have bought them in a lot nicer condition. I paid $40 for this, and we could have gotten it for shit, $10.
Right.
That's how low the price was. So,
right.
Alright, well, I got the hardware and whatever. Am I super excited? Not particularly. But it's a remote mirror. This is what I'm really excited to see.
This is the candy.
Yeah, this is the clock. Of course, there goes that kid with that Honda again, ruining my video with his fart can muffler. Yeah, I'll pipe him. He fucking keeps piping me all the time. Well, you don't know what's back there is a lethal weapon. Take his little Honda away from him. Kids these days, you know?
I know.
Oh boy, hot dog. Look, there's the little thing for the screw. For the. Alright. There it is, hiding in there. I gotta get it cut out so we can see it. Now this is an in the cluster kind of clock, so it doesn't have a front on it. Ah, look at that, folks. There it is. There's the little knob that you put on here. I believe it screws on. I think so. It certainly looks like it does. Or there's a little screw in there and I don't have it. Well, I don't have my glasses on, but there it is. That's going to be exciting.
You want to tip it towards me, Brian?
Sure. It even says Made in USA right on it, right there.
Yep, I see that.
Yep. So there's that little tiny thingamajiggy. Interesting. What's interesting about this is that, according to the repair manual, this has a way to calibrate the timing, which I thought was very interesting. Most of the time you turn the clock and it's going to set the time. But if this is correct, and I believe it is, in the original shop repair manual, this will actually, you can regulate the clock how fast or slow it runs. So I'm very curious to know how this was designed and made to see how that's going to work, and we are going to find that out. So, hot dog. There's the clock. That's exciting.
Let's just get one more shot of that, Brian.
Yeah. I see the minute hand's a little faded, but there it is. So that's what an original factory clock looks like for a 64 Polara 500. And it is unique to itself. There is no other year they used that clock in any of the Dodges. 50th anniversary clock right there.
That's a pretty clock.
That's pretty nifty. So we got that. And a mirror, which, oh well, life will go on, right?
It will.
Now what's in here is not as exciting. I don't remember where I found that razor blade. Those sill trim pieces, which I'm hoping aren't going to be too far gone. We don't really know at all if they're going to be or not. So I'm banking we're going to get lucky, because they are very expensive, and the thing is you can buy them, but they're $350 for 4 pieces of aluminum. And then it looks too nice for how the condition of the Dodge is. So we are gonna hope that these are in good enough condition that we can just maybe clean them up a little bit and use them, because as you know, if I can get the damn thing off, that old Mopar parts are expensive as hell, and thing is, you start putting too nice of things on a car, it's not restored, it starts to look funny. So there's a paper ball. Oh, there they are. Oh boy. Look at that. The only way you can ship it without damaging it is in a piece of PVC pipe. So let's see what we got here. Nobody has these. And all these parts came out of one car. He said it was a 440. So it wasn't a Polara 500, it was a 440. But whoever ordered that 440 ordered a clock. Which I'm curious to know how much it cost for the clock option. I'd like to find that out someday, because they didn't give it to you, you had to order it. I paid $150 for that clock. That's an awful expensive clock. I'll tell you, that's an awfully expensive clock. So, come hell or high water, it's going to get repaired. We're going to be able to fix it. Look at that.
That's the hood piece.
This is the... Now, when we were in Carlisle, we talked to a man who restored a wedge car, and he said that he spent $400 to have a metal shop, some kind of shop, fix it. His was so beat up and bent up, and we were just like, God, that's expensive. For some reason, even on the B-body forums, everybody's getting all... They talk about this piece of trim an awful lot. Well, why isn't there any nice ones? Where are they at? Why are they always dented and smashed? Well, Farrah's is smashed. If you note, maybe you noticed it in the video or not, I'm not sure, but...
More on one side than the other.
Yeah, but it's completely flat and smashed. So, our next round of video, the next videos we're going to post, which might be ahead of themselves at this point, but what was I going to say? We'll show you the hood, because I didn't take this piece off yet, but so far from what I'm seeing, it's looking pretty nice. A lot better than the one I have. This was not cheap either. But a whole lot cheaper than, let's see, what did I pay for this? $120?
Yeah, I think that's what you paid for it.
Yeah, so $120 for a little piece of stainless trim, or it could be aluminum. I think it's aluminum. For the Dodge. And something just fell out. I don't know what that was. Could have been a little clip or something. I don't see it. This was a piece of paper that fell. I'm not sure.
I think it might have been a piece of paper.
There it is right here. Little tab that holds it on. So they go in here like sideways. And then you slide them up in here. So they lock in place. But there it is. Wow, look at that. That's pretty darn nice. Little scuff right here we could probably get out, but pretty nice piece of trim.
It is a nice piece of trim.
Yeah. Hot dog. So we got a nice piece of trim. Impossible. Unobtainable. What is that called? Unobtainium? That's like this rare metal you can't... There's the sill trim pieces. Boy, they're not looking too super happy or healthy, but they're all contact. This one bent a little bit, but we can use that one. So that looks like that's the passenger side, so there's a little bit of chewing up here.
Yeah, but it's better than the one you have.
Well, the ones I got are just, there's nothing, they're all disintegrated. Now this one here, the driver's side one, he said was missing the tail. And the tail's not here. So I'm assuming, wherever it's broke off at right here, so that's going to go like that in the driver's side. Where I think it stops is where the seat comes down. So I don't even know that you'd see this piece anyway. This tail piece just holds the carpet in place next to the seat, so you won't probably see this part. That's why I kind of was like, all right, well, for $50, what's the worst that can happen? So that one there matches the Polara.
That one looks good.
That's a pretty nice little piece. Got to be straightened out, but we can do that. And this one just has a little tiny bit of corrosion right here, so I'm gonna have to come up with something creative to repair that with. Maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you can solder the hole shut.
You want to turn it towards me?
Yeah. So that's really the only spot on it where the moisture laid. It's funny, right where your feet, you get in and out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of moisture got it. But that's what I was saying. They sell the inner and outer trim pieces, so you get 4 pieces, but it's $350 plus shipping. They even charge you shipping too. So you're in it pretty deep for these pieces. But you know, there's only one company that makes it. And we got a chance to meet the guy, Carlisle. He does a lot of trim. He made a lot of trim stuff. All those rubber seal pieces. He put a lot of effort into making parts for the Mopar community, so I got to give the guy props. And if I could remember his name, I would tell you what it is. But so there they are. We've got what we've got. So
pretty cool.
yeah. So somewhere along the line, this video will get slid into the other videos. But for now, hit the subscribe button and come back and see us again. And we're eventually going to get to the point where we're going to put these things in there. So have yourselves a good night.